All right, welcome back, folks. It's been a while. I haven't done a video for a long time, partially because I've been very busy with a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you now. So the 4.34 release of the ArcGIS Maps SDK for JavaScript just came out, and it's got some very cool stuff in it. I'm not going to go over everything. Please check out the release notes. I'm sure you're going to find something that you really are looking forward to. But I want to talk about the updates to the map components, right? Now, in the 4.34 release, some pretty big changes for the components that come out. And that is that we now have full shadow DOM for all the map components, as well as we are using slots now for the UI layout. Now let's talk about why that matters here. So I'm not gonna go over everything, okay? Actually, I'm gonna copy this. This is kind of cool. Okay, so let's go and copy this here. And I'm going to update an app here. I've got this empty app, just blank slate, right? I haven't done anything yet. I've got some CSS here that kind of laid out. But let's go ahead and let's do the index file right here, right? So, where am I at? Okay, let's come over here. And let's just go ahead and put this in here. So what do I got? I've got I got a map, I got zoom, I got legend, and a calcite button. Let me not forget that stuff, right? Yeah, let's add that in. Okay, so let's go ahead and what do I want now? Oh my gosh, why is it doing this? This is not a, I know it's not a, sorry, it's not a Git repository. My bad. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've got my main file in here. So I saved that file, but I don't have, like, what I got click me here. That's for the calcite button. All right, so I need to add some stuff in here. So let's go and add import, come on, Esri, calcite components, calcite button. Boom, right there. Okay, that should kind of get us there, right? Okay, there's my calcite button. Great. What am I missing now? I need my map, zoom, and legend. So let's import ArcGIS map components. I don't know what I've got Copilot on here, and it just kind of likes to hallucinate sometimes. ArcGIS map, okay. And I've got zoom, and legend. Okay, now if I come over here, oh yeah, look at that. There's my map. There's my button over here, and my legend. Okay, now let me see if you notice something here. If I come over here and go to style sheet, I'm not importing any CSS. If I go to the index file, I'm not importing any CSS. Let me go ahead and look here. Let's look at some network traffic here. Let's come over here, network traffic, CSS, refresh. I'm not loading any CSS, people. No. Why? Because the components are going to load their own CSS for you, right? By default. You no longer need to add the CSS for the Maps SDK for JavaScript. You don't have to add the CSS for Calcite. You don't have to add any CSS at all. Now, the only time you would need to use the CSS for the Maps SDK for JavaScript is if you're still using widgets for some reason, right? You wouldn't really mix components and widgets. Don't do that, please, because things get a little, things aren't going to work 100% right? So for example, you could use map view and components of the map view, but then some things aren't going to be right. Don't do that. But realistically, if you're just doing non-component work and using widgets and using the map view, then yes, you need the CSS there. But if you're using components, you don't need it. Now, how about these modes here, right? So we've got calcite mode dark. So if I, let's remove this completely here. So if I go ahead and say something like, just delete it. Boom. It's now light mode, right? Oh, look at that. That's nice. And you don't have to add Calcite mode light. That's the default for Calcite. Okay. So we got the click me button here. A cool one. Very cool. So let me come around the map. So one of the issues that we kind of have right now is pop-up, right? So I'm gonna close this. So if you have pop-up here, you notice that pop-up is gonna fall behind my legend, right? And there's reasons for that and technical reasons that we can't really force it over the legend right now because the pop-up still exists inside the view, right? The view UI where the canvas for the map itself is drawn. That's where the pop-up currently lives. So it just shows behind everything. And we can't really force it over everything without breaking some other pieces that we did not want to break. All right, so we have a beta pop-up component. And I think it's, is it talked about in here somewhere? Pop-up component beta right here. So we've got this beta component you can put in the slot. Oh, I didn't even talk about slots. Oh my gosh. Okay. So slots are going to work very similar to the way position worked before. Now, what we did do is make this so that these are backwards compatible. So I can change this to position and it's still going to work. I still got my legend where it should be, right? So, but what we did have to do is take away some of the default positions. So for example, zoom had a default position of top left. That's gone now. So you have to add either position or slot for all these components that live inside a map or a scene, right? So let me undo that. Now for this beta pop-up component, we did, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Add a pop-up slot, right? That's a special slot for the pop-up that says, hey, you want to use our beta pop-up component to take over as the pop-up for when you click on the map, right? So if I click over here, refresh. I did this wrong. Oh, I didn't import it. Silly me. That's why it didn't work. All right, so now let me go back over here. Now if I click on the map, I should get my pop-up. Now look at this. Oh, my pop-up's over my legend. It's over other components on my map the way that it should, right? I'm getting carried away here, moving the things around. But yeah, there you go. There is the pop-up flying over everything. I think my face is kind of the way of the legend over here, but I think you get the general idea. No, let me, I'm going to move this legend here. Let's move it to bottom left. All right. So yeah, that's very, very cool, right? So that's what this beta pop-up component's for. Now again, yes, it's beta because we couldn't quite get all the little pieces and stuff in there that we need it to be, so it's rock solid pop-up replacement just yet. It's very, very close though. I'll say that. It's very close. So try it out, test it. Maybe I'll do a full video on pop-up and stuff you can do with pop-up at later times. I think it's very cool. But the key here is the fact that we have slots now, these different locations, and there are RTL slots. So for example, I make this start, right? So it's bottom start. So it's going to be on the bottom left side of the page. But if I were to change the direction to RTL for the page, now it's going to be on the right side of the page, because that's kind of the right to left works at the, start on the right side. His bottom start. So those are RTL slots. So they're a little bit more. If you need to support RTL, it's a good way to go. But the fixed slots will always be fixed, right or left, depending on which one you use. So we go and undo the stuff I was doing here. Okay, perfect. My gosh, what else can I talk about when it comes to the components of the slots? I mean, that's pretty much it, folks. I mean, getting the shadow DOM stuff in there, getting all of the, getting the slots and everything to work was pretty key. maybe I'll do a video later on how to do some like custom layouts and stuff like that. Because you get requests every now and then to do things like no, I want things layout where I've got my I don't know, my search bar in the middle of the page, right? So okay, so let me try this. So if I do something like ArcGIS search. Actually, if I do something like legend, let's remove the slot from legend, and you'll kind of see what I mean where it pops up. It's just going to pop up in the top left corner. It's got no padding to it or anything like that. So I can come over here in the style CSS, and I can just say arcgis-legend, position absolute, and we don't need all this stuff here. We don't need z-index, don't need background color. I don't think border radius is going to work, but we don't need box shadow. Yeah, border, so see, you get this weird kind of border radius on the padding and stuff, right? So if I were to do like no padding, it's gonna look at, oh yeah, look at that. Look at this. I got some nice border radius going on here. So I've got it positioned where I want it to be, and then you can center it somewhere in the page. I don't know why you want a legend in the center of your page, but hey, knock yourself out, people, right? I'll probably do some custom layout stuff later on, just kind of like highlight that, how that can work in the default slot, which is going to be kind of the manual position that you could have done with widgets in the VUI before, right? We have a default slot that you can just kind of dump anything in, position it as you wish, and it's all up to you how you want to handle that. But yeah, you can see here, I mean, this is one of the reasons I really like this stuff is the fact that, you know, I've got this HTML markup in here, right? And I've got some imports, and that's pretty much all I need to do. And I've got a nice little working app, even with my pop-up in here. And when you use that slot pop-up behind the scenes, we hook everything up so that it interacts with the map click and takes over as the pop-up for the page. Caveat to that right now, though, because it's beta, the search component still uses the map view pop-up right under the hood, unfortunately, for now. Working on that for the next release, which means, so what'll happen there is that if you use search and the pop-up comes up, this pop-up component will close and the search widget pop-up, the pop-up widget will open. But then if you open the pop-up component, the pop-up widget will close, right? They're not gonna, you won't have two pop-ups on the page at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, did I say that right? I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's been a long few months, people. There's been a lot of work going on here. The team's done a great job here. I'm really proud of everybody that worked on all this. It was a lot of things to get all of this to this point, and we have a lot more to go. So give it a shot, try it out. Give me a like down below. Drop some comments on here. Give us feedback on all this stuff, people. Support tickets as your community, whatever it is. All right, so thanks a lot. See you next time.